Sorry about that. So this is going to be the second part of my presentation. So moving on, as I was saying, so she tends to take photos that somewhat end up looking as if they have been manipulated or edited. She later purposefully uses this mistake to create the same effect on later photos. Another medium Healy has been getting into lately has been making rugs. Although this is a very long process, it is very rewarding. This medium calls for a lot of planning beforehand. This is just a little side note. A lot of mediums allow for one to just go with the flow, create and change things as they are making something. They may have a general idea, but once they start painting or drawing or whatever, it's very likely that it can just change and change the whole time they are creating it. Whereas when someone is creating a rug, the process of making a carpet, although it can be free flowing, normally calls for a specific idea, somewhat sketched out onto fabric. This just makes it easier for the carpet to have the right dimensions and connecting points. To make these rugs, she uses a small hand tool to weave yarn through a mug cloth. Healy estimated the smallest rug took her roughly 8 hours to complete. Lastly, she has also worked with screen printing. Back in 2016, she made a design and brought it to the local screen printers to make her more copies to pass around to her friends. Years later, she made a new design and is now mastering her skill of screen printing, so hopefully she can begin making them in bigger quantities to sell. To create a screen print, one must make a reverse stencil that can be taped to the screen to be transferred to the fabric or canvas beneath. The most challenging part has to be creating the reverse stencil. Last but not least, Oscar Walsh. Oscar Walsh is a 16-year-old experimenting with different instruments in art. Mastering every instrument he picks up, he has slowly been putting together a song. With just the guitar, both acoustic and electric, it is not complete and ready for presentation. He has also got a drum set, which he has been experimenting with and teaching himself slowly. And with time, we will have a song with not only guitar, but with drum as well. Moving on to more of his visual art, he has worked with graffiti, throwing together characters and creating a cool tag. Luckily, our parents allow him to practice this medium on spare wood planks around the house rather than out on the town. And another medium of art he's experimenting with is with very detailed drawing, dabbling with the idea of becoming a tattoo artist at some point due to the very in-depth, small, detailed drawings he is able to complete. And to conclude, art can be almost anything around you or anything you do. These are some examples of purposeful art my friends and family put their time towards. Although these are just the mediums they're experimenting with at the moment, the art community is very inclusive. In other words, almost anything can be turned into an art medium or project. These are just a few of the mediums those around me are using. Cameras, film, spray paint, skateboarding, sewing, and music are just a few examples. We are raised in the school system where we are given maybe 2 art classes a week to draw on animals in pencil or paint. I want you to realize that this is not all there is to art. The rules of art are meant to be broken and changed to better fit the artist. Art can be anything, it's just up to the artist to label it as such. Thank you very much. Have a good one.